Good morning. Actually, it's noon. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. Um, Chance York here for another daily meditation. Thanks for tuning in live with the YMCA Greater Twin Cities. We have had some great meditations already this week and last week as well, explaining the mechanics of, hey Sally, of how we use our body to regulate our nervous system. The breath by way of the vagus nerve. Hello, Debbie. Good to see you back. Um, and really just approaching an understanding of the relationship between your physical reality and your emotional reality. Um, so for me, uh, emotions it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly the definition of it. But I've heard teachers describe there's a difference between the emotions and your feelings. Hey, Steve. So, emotions are natural chemical reactions to our conditioned state. We might have positive or negative associations with different experiences, people, moments. So emotions are just kind of a reaction to your outer world, while feelings, as described by other teachers, are how you take those emotions and let them manifest. So this practice of kind of self-discipline or self-knowledge is how you take your emotions, what pops up beyond your control, and how it relates to your feelings, which you do have some control over or some of guidance over. And the topic of the lesson today is discomfort. Discomfort. Um, so emotionally, most of us would say, I don't want to be uncomfortable. Discomfort does not sound like a good thing. That doesn't sound like something I want. I don't want discomfort, right? So this is our kind of conditioning to want to remain in our comfort zone, comfortably in the middle of our comfort zone. Um, but what more and more science shows us is that a healthy amount of discomfort is necessary to grow our comfort zone. And that's what this practice is all about, is growing our comfort zone, getting to know ourselves, recognizing the temporary nature of emotions, and that we can take our emotions and feel a different way about them. So instead of associating discomfort with negativity, we can see discomfort as a good thing, obviously, healthy amounts of discomfort, because extreme amounts of discomfort would simply be pain, and we're not aiming for any pain in this practice, but a healthy amount of discomfort to let our comfort zone grow, because through the breath, we change our physical experience. So, when we breathe deeply, it might get uncomfortable when you breathe in really deeply. But then the next breath, you can breathe that deeply and it's not uncomfortable. So that's growth. That's our comfort zone is growing and adapting, and is very temporary, not static. It is flexible. It is fluid. So the topic of discomfort. There's been a lot of unrest socially, a lot of challenging of the status quo, a lot of people having to examine the way they feel about things in a changing world, between the quarantines and the socio uprising, with racism and sexism and different roles that we play. It's uncomfortable to examine our own unconscious beliefs. So I posit, through the practice of meditation and breath work, it is much easier to get a clear picture of our own discomfort when our beliefs are challenged. So let's start to build the breath physically. And then in this practice of self-discovery, self-awareness, we'll explore uncomfortable, whatever uncomfortable social things we've come up with or come across through either the quarantine or all the increased racial tension and police tension. And we will challenge our own beliefs to notice that everything is fluid, flexible, and not static. So let's start to breathe in deeply. In through the nose and follow it all the way down to the belly. On your exhales, long and strong, let any pressure from the shoulders, the belly, the heart relax themselves away. Breathe big to the point that you find a little discomfort. Feel the stretching in your lungs, the lengthening in your spine. Feel your heart. Feel your face. Feel your throat. Every breath, imagine more space, pushing the edges of your discomfort. If your comfort zone was an imaginary sphere, allow that breath to expand just a tiny bit beyond your comfort zone. Noticing that what happens when you push beyond just tiny bits beyond the comfort zone, the next breath can reach there without discomfort because we are changing our internal experience. Big breaths in. Big breaths out. Very good. Continue breathing so expansively that comfort zone is tested with every inhale. And then breathe out so slowly that comfort zone is tested in that pace of the breath. Keep on expanding the breath wider, bigger. Be surprised that you can always find more space. The inhales can always get a tiny bit bigger. The exhales can always get a tiny bit longer. Patience with your edge, as I like to refer to it. It's a comfort zone, but a comfort zone is a construction that can be undone one breath at a time, expanded as we rewire our brain to change our relationship with our emotions, therefore turning our emotions into new feelings, breaking out of that autopilot, breaking out of our traumas and our unconscious reactions to our own emotions, our own programming, one breath at a time. Very simple practices have profound meaning, outcomes to the way that you perceive the world. A few more breaths here. Let's start to engage those bandhas, the mula bandha, the pelvic floor. Draw up and in as deeply as you can, and maybe you'll notice some discomfort. Maybe you'll notice some pressure at the base of the spine. And also draw in the belly button. Pull the belly button in toward the spine. Scoop inward. Reach upward. Relax the shoulders. Soften the muscles in the face, the jaw, the cheeks, sinuses. And all the while, this expansive breath and the bandhas work to find where we're uncomfortable. It's simple. One breath at a time. Notice where the edge is. Find your way through it. Notice that it's temporary and it changes. Then the next breath, you'll notice that edge has moved further or moved into a new spot. This is how we get to know ourselves one breath at a time. Continue breathing. Now, as this intention comes up. What does it mean to you to be more patient in your discomfort? What uncomfortable situation have you encountered in the past days or weeks, or maybe you habitually encounter? Is it fear or uncertainty, anxiety, doubt? Maybe you have disagreements on any of the topics that have come up. Do you wear a mask? Do you not wear a mask? Do you social distance? Do you not social distance? Is it Black Lives Matter? Is it not? Think about any conflict you've been running into, any conversation that's been uncomfortable. Breathe with the intention that it's okay. It is okay to be uncomfortable, because learning only takes place when we challenge our comfort zone, not in a way that is masochistic. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We don't want pain, but to discern the difference between pain and discomfort. There's a huge continuum of space. And a little bit of discomfort is a gateway, is a necessity to growth, to change, and ultimately to becoming our desired person, our desired highest self, and relate to a world with more compassion, with less reaction, with more unity and less division. Take a few more breaths. Explore your thoughts, your emotions, and realize that your emotions are not controllable, but the way that you feel about your emotions directly impacts what emotions come next. Keep on breathing deeply. Remember that you can continue as long as you'd like. You don't have to stop this meditation as soon as the video ends. You can take 20 more breaths. You can take 100 more breaths. It is up to you. And you are the teacher. You are the guide. And ultimately, you are also the textbook to explore deeply, to find a little healthy amount of discomfort, and to watch it transform in front of your eyes. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you again tomorrow.